I know that there was a phase in your career where people called you a bad luck charm for films. And then there was even a phase when because of nepotism, you lost a few roles, some things you were like supposed to
You
do.
still do. It never goes away, no matter how big star
Even
you
now?
become. Yeah. It doesn't go away.
One thing I found fascinating was that you said that you love being on camera. That's a love for your craft. That's your passion, and it's great that you're living out your passion. But you said one aspect you don't enjoy about this industry is the stuff that happens behind the camera. But what happens behind the camera?
No, stuff that happens behind the camera, a lot of things happen. I'll tell you what specifically I meant. I enjoy my time in front of the camera because I love to perform. I never had the dream to become an actor. So it was just, I discovered this side of me when I started acting. So I will not say this was inherent passion in me. It developed over a period of time. But what I don't like behind the camera part is the fact that people don't expect you to be a normal human being. Like we are not, as actors, you're not allowed to have a bad day. As actors, you're not allowed to express certain emotions. But ironically, you want us to play very real characters in front of camera. But you don't want us to be real human beings beyond camera. You can't take that. You've put an actor on a pedestal and you expect that actor to be always doing the right thing, but you would like that actor to portray real grey characters, who does right and wrong in front of the camera, because that's fun for you to watch. How does a person who's not lived that kind of a grey life portray those characters effectively on screen? Consider them as human beings and let them be and make their own mistakes, and not expect them to be always right 24/7. Let them make their own mistakes, and you don't have to follow everything that they do blindly. Have a brain of your own self. So that part of it I don't like. And because I never aimed to become an actor, I was not really prepared of handling scrutiny 24/7. I'm a person who likes to have a life beyond films. I've never considered film industry or my job to be I live, breathe, eat films. No, I live, breathe, eat other things which a normal human being does. I have working hours. I have a job, that is I'm an actor. Beyond that, I am a regular person who comes back to a regular life and wants to lead that regular life. It's not like I enjoy the fact that there'll be like millions and millions of people going crazy, when a star or an actor comes. I would rather enjoy the fact those millions are like, okay, this person is doing something, like a movie she has done or a product that she has come up with, and I trust her that it will be good. So I'll go put my money on that product or that film, that this is because she has done it, it's definitely going to be worth investing your time and money. I want that kind of fanfare than people just going crazy for a selfie.
I know that there was a phase in your career where people called you a bad luck charm for films. And then there was even a phase when because of nepotism, you lost a few roles, some things you were like supposed to
You
do.
still do. It never goes away, no matter how big star
Even
you
now?
become. Yeah. It doesn't go away. It's not like just because you have reached a certain position in the career, it'll not affect you at all. Yeah, the frequency of it will reduce drastically, but it's not like you can say कि 100% will not affect you.
Yeah, I think this is what people don't understand about fame. And I've seen a little bit of it because of YouTube. The bigger fame gets, the more there are people who also want to bring you down. Like,
yeah.
Who will go out of their way to jeopardize your career. And it might actually even be peers. It might be people who were friends at one point. It might be people who you thought are backing you. But then you hear stories from somewhere else. This is what people don't understand about growth and fame in general.
Yeah, because I think that they forget the fact that your growth is not going to happen when you step on someone. It's not gonna, that is not how it works. By pulling down someone, you're not able, that's not the ladder you're trying to climb up. So I don't really believe in that way of working. But yeah, you see people do that under stress and pressure also.
I feel you have a lot of guts also to put out the kind of stuff you put out on Twitter. Where you know how Twitter is. Like it's just an aggressive platform, and you need to be of a certain mindset to one, speak your mind on Twitter, but two, also speak your mind on Twitter as a famous person, because you're the direct target. Like I remember when the second wave happened of COVID, I have a mentor, Zakir Khandak, stand-up comic, and he called me and he told me that Bollywood's going to take a slight backseat during the second wave. There may not be that many films releasing. So understand that the content creators are the ones who are going to get the heat that Bollywood would normally get because they are out there more. And I saw that. I experienced the heat myself also. You find your club of haters who get together and say, I hate this person. Now, because the wave has gone and life is sort of coming back to normal, I see the hate getting shifted to Bollywood again.
Actors again,
Yeah, and now I've understood the reality that you guys live in. I've understood the reality of that level of fame, what it brings also. But what's it like when you go through it? Because every person who can deal with hate has gone through a phase where they've learned how to deal with hate. Like have learned how to deal with trolls. Even with Rashmi Rocket, I know the kind of hate you've got. You've got hate related to body image, what you did for it. But take us through that journey of dealing with hate, because I also feel there's a lot of life lessons even for people who won't encounter fame in their life. Everyone gets criticized. Everyone gets trolling at some point in their lives. So what have you learned from your trolling experience?
See, there are two kind of trolls or people who spread hate on social media. One are those bots or those people who are paid for a certain driven propaganda to pull down a certain set of people. You should just blindly sideline, because either you are giving them employment, because they are being paid to pull you down. So basically you are generating job opportunity for them. So feel nice about it and keep them aside. And bots are bots. Robots are not, you shouldn't be really bothered about them. The other kinds who you should feel sad for them, I feel, because it's not like they hate you. They have something really wrong going in their lives and they don't have any other vent of spewing that venom out, you can say, or just like venting it out on someone. Because as a public figure, there's a different high a certain bunch of people sitting behind a screen get. That power that I affected, or I could say this to that person who is this famous. So that's how they balance out that void in their lives. So you should feel sad for them that their lives are so sad that this is their power trip. This is their idea of feeling fine or powerful. Okay, so it's just a sad situation in their life. It's not like people don't criticize in a good way. There are people who have a very good way of criticizing also, with a very balanced way of saying things. This specifically I didn't like, and there's a way of saying things always. There's a way of saying things when you want to like just pull that person down no matter what that person does, which is a lot that happens on Twitter. And then there is a thing where there's a constructive criticism also, because in the words you can figure out the difference kya hai. So Twitter ke andar it's majority trying to either pull someone down or blindly standing by someone. It's not like a lot of people have a balanced mind of their own there. So Twitter is not a platform for people of weak-hearted or weak-minded people. You have to just understand that none of this is of any consequence. Because after the first lockdown, when there was so much of hate on Twitter, especially towards actors, including myself, who were vocal on Twitter and all, I felt like, okay, the world is like just going towards hatred and it's just so nasty out there. Then slowly when things started opening up, I started going out thinking कि अच्छा अभी just to divert my mind and to see how much hatred is actually around. To my surprise, I couldn't see that kind of hatred in real life. So I realized this is all virtual hatred, which is, as I told you, either bots or people who've been employed to say certain things against you, or who are just trying to vent out their frustration on you and don't have this kind of a feeling in real, which is going to sustain for long. So that time I realized, this is of no consequence and you should stop getting affected by this.
Also, I think what Aam Janata doesn't understand is how much their life is controlled by algorithms.
Yeah.
So it's basically like if big tech, which are the big companies that all of us use, the social media apps, they know so much about your mind. They're not doing this consciously, but the artificial intelligence inside big tech is programmed such that if it understands, okay, this person is right-wing or this person is left-wing, they will ensure they show you only right-wing propaganda or left-wing propaganda. And then that will enhance what you already think. It will probably make you hateful about a certain person, about a certain group of people. So people need to understand, and it's not just political. The algorithms can control anything that you think of, including how you look at love, how you look at relationships, how you look at your parents, how you look at your friends, how you look at life. So you need to kind of take social media detoxes.
Yeah.
If you feel that there's too many powerful opinions on your social media, ask yourself if you're actually being affected by the algorithm. People don't understand that that's the actual pandemic that's going on. There is COVID, but there's also this digital pandemic, which are the algorithms.
Yeah, that is true. I think people should just understand this is virtual and it's going to stay virtual.
Yeah.
There is a real world beyond this virtual world.
Yeah.
And there is hardly, in reality, there's hardly any consequence of what happens in this virtual world. So if you have that strong ability to demarcate and still have a life, I think that's the way to, at least that's what I am implementing in my life.
Yeah.